Hi, my name's Catherine, and I've had a terrible day. I didn't come here to talk about that, and you didn't come here to hear about it, but I had an awful day. It wasn't the best, and I was not the best either. We're all doing the best we can. So, in order to make myself feel better, I was just trying to soothe myself with some nice, relaxing art videos, and I was watching me some Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross. I'm a huge fan. I'm actually old enough to remember him really being on television in the 80s. Uh, I love Bob Ross. I love just his energy. I just kind of love what he brought to the world. And I got it in my head that it would be fun to just sit and watch his tutorials. And I didn't really think I was actually going to want to try to paint any of them. But then, as I was watching an episode, this sentence came out of Bob Ross's mouth.
Wherever. This is your world. So you create any kind of illusion that you want in your world.
Yes, Bob. Yes. That is what I want. I want to create my own world where I can have my own illusions and I can make all the rules. That is what I want to do today. So that's what I aim to do by painting this painting. A few things before I get started. I am using a 16 by 20 cheap ass canvas. These are, you can get 5 of these for 20 bucks at Michael's. It's not quite the same shape as his. The biggest difference between what he is doing and what I'm doing, other than him being skilled and talented, is that he paints in oil. And there's a reason why people who use oil, mostly that it stays wet for a long time. You can like really blend it out. I paint everything in acrylic. I have painted in oils in the past, and for the style of painting I do, and for the level of honestly, for the level of skill I paint at, I just find oil is it's too expensive and too inconvenient. I would rather just use acrylic because I was actually looking at some old photos of some of my older paintings from like 10 or 15 years ago, and honestly, I can't even tell you which ones are oil and which ones are acrylic. They all, I don't know. It just, oil wasn't really worth it to me. I think a lot of people feel that way, but it, it's a different, so I'm using acrylic. It's different. The biggest limitation of acrylic is that it's really hard to blend it out. You can't blend it out the way, just the way people do in these landscape paintings, because it dries too fast. So I'm using the same cheap ass acrylic I always use. To combat that, you can buy a medium. This is a gel medium. This is made to slow down the drying of the paint. I've never actually used a medium for this purpose before. I've used mediums for texture, but never a medium to stop dry. I don't know. I'm just going to look up a tutorial and try to figure out how to use this. But anyway, hopefully this will help with that. Hopefully this will keep it wet enough that I can actually blend it out. Um, my brushes are cheap ass brushes from the kids section at Target. I don't spend a lot of money on brushes. He has really nice brushes. I'm just using what I got, and I have about 3 of these guys right here. These are 98 cents at the craft store, and this is meant for your grandma to paint a heart stencil on like a wooden plaque and put it out on her in her garden and then throw it away when she's finished. That's the kind of brush this is. This is like just a cheap throwaway craft painting brush, but I use these all the time. I also spent $4 on this palette knife. I have a palette knife, but this one was there and it was $4, and this is the same shape he's using. So I think perhaps using some of the same tools will help my painting not suck. I don't know. The only paint I bought one color. I bought this dark green because the only other green I have is this one right here. And this is not the color of a happy little tree or anything else found in nature. So that's it. That's what we're working with. Oh, and I forgot to say, the painting I'm doing is called Towering Peaks. This is season 10, episode 1.
Let's start right up in here, and we'll use little crisscross strokes. Just make little X's. And let's put in a happy little cloud, little sky.
Okay, gonna have to look for a little plan B action here because so far mine looks nothing like his. It is way too brush strokey. This is way too brush strokey. I am using the wrong materials and the wrong tools. This is basically my life as an artist and also a human. Okay. That does not look like clouds. I am going to have to find something to blend this out with. Okay, I don't have a dry brush that I think would be right to kind of smooth this out, so I'm just going to use this kitchen sponge, which it's not been used. I'm lying, it totally has. Okay. Dry brush. These scratch brushes really don't work for what I'm using them for. That's not that's not anything. Okay. What did I do? Yeah, this is not going to blend anything at all. I don't know what to do. All right, you know what? I'm the artist. I say what goes here. I'm just taking control of this painting.
Maybe we'll have a little water in here. So we'll just pull right across like this. And maybe there's a happy little clouds that just sort of float right around in the sky and have fun. Just sort of mix them up on here. Clouds are very free. Now then, you have to make an almighty decision. Where's your mountain live? I think he's going to live. He is now, right there. Now then, we'll take a 2-inch brush and I want to grab it and pull. This removes excess paint and blends it out so it gets lighter at the bottom. Let's go right here. Touch, no pressure. Just the weight of the knife. No pressure. See there? Let it float right down the side of that mountain. Look at there. Look at there.
No pressure. No pressure. No pressure whatsoever. So far, this is the part of the painting It seems to be going the best. It seems to have gone the best. I feel like this is working a little bit. I was so worried about this whole thing being like too dry. I think my painting is like 15 times wetter than his. Okay, I think I should probably stop messing with it. In this world, I'm in control. Here, if I try this, I might get a little bit dry. Okay, my mountain is a little bit in the water. It's like a volcano it's an island. It's Hawaii. Just shut up. Don't judge me. I'm honestly trying my best here, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. My mountains sort of ended up in my lake. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know where I'm going, but I am gonna keep going on the tutorial because that is what we do in life when we don't know what to do and we're clearly messing everything up and things are going wrong. We just soldier forward. That is what we do. Okay?
Look at that. Look at there. Look at there. See? Isn't that a super easy way to make little footy hills?
Footy hills. Here we go. Why am I making footy hills in the middle of the water? I don't know. I'm trying. I'm honest to God trying. Do you need any further evidence that I'm not a great painter? What am I doing? Oh, God. These are wrong. Paint's wrong. My light is wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Right here. It's not for better mountains. Water. And it's darker, so it's like coming forward, right? This is totally working. Oh my God, I'm such a failure. I am making such a mockery of the good work of Bob Ross. I am. Oh, none of the artists on Instagram are gonna want to be my friend. I swear to God, I am not. I mean no disrespect to Bob Ross, truly. Oh God.
Little evergreens that live back here in the distance. Here, I'm just going to take and tap downward. Just some little trees. They're not all evergreens, maybe. There's all kind of trees. Just tap downward. All you do is grab it and pull it down. Just grab and pull down, straight down. Where the trees are taller, pull down a little further. Look at that, look at that. Instant reflections.
This is the part I'm most intrigued by. I wonder if I'm going to be able to make this work.
And just cut in a happy little water line. And keep this basically straight. You can go anywhere you want to go, but the individual strokes should be straight. Otherwise your water's going to look like it's running right out of your painting and get your floor wet. And you're going to be upset with me. We want you to be happy. There. Maybe a happy little evergreen lives right there. We touch, then just the corner of the brush, begin working back and forth. And we got to put some arms on this tree. Got to give him some little arms so he can reach up and gather the sun up.
So how is he doing this? Like, where would my tree go? Would it be? It's really close, this tree. So, and then it would look like that, and then it would kind of fan out and have the arms. Oh, God, help me. Okay. I wasn't gonna put another tree in here, but Bob just told me that the tree needs a friend, and I need a friend. I get it.
Sometimes you get carried away and just keep going there. What the heck? We'll just push that little lake way back in the distance. What the heck?
Oh my God, he's happy treeing the whole thing. You know, this part, honestly, I kind of feel like he maybe didn't mean to do that. Let's just make this whole water situation just go away right here. Water, went bad. We're just gonna make this whole thing go away right here. I think 3 more minutes covering the whole thing with these trees now, right? We just do it in color to see water mistake. This is one of my favorite parts of the painting. I think this is like a birch. I think that's the kind of tree this is. I don't know anything about trees either. I should just shut up. All I'm doing is demonstrating my absolute lack of knowledge about everything. But this is some kind of a tree that there are lots of around my house. It has beautiful white trunk. And I was thinking, I don't know, maybe what is a birch tree look like, guys? Am I crazy for thinking that? I don't know. I mean, not crazy, just, wrong. You know what I mean? Those East Coast, there's a bunch of them from my house right now. Ready? So your face. No, not really. That's bad. Are you worried about it? You don't feel like it's worried? Honestly, though, I would technically kind of have to categorize this as a fail. I felt like it was a disaster the whole time I was doing it, and I was sort of embarrassed and convinced it was never even going to turn into a real video. I have to say, now that it's done, I'm pretty proud. Does it look like a Bob Ross painting? Absolutely not. Did I use the wrong materials? It was like wrong materials, wrong tools, possibly wrong artist. But I had so much fun doing this. I want to do 75 more of these videos. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Would you watch this again? I loved it. I am really, really excited. Now that it's actually done, I'm really stoked. This did help me feel better. Bob Ross always brightens my day. If you're feeling bad, I highly recommend watching a Bob Ross video. My name's Catherine. I am absolutely going to go to bed now. Good night.